2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, they're keeping pace with their win total from last season, holding steady, though they'd like to move the needle and continue to improve. Well, tonight we get to see one of the top point guards in the league, and Kyle Lowry. You know all about his ability to shoot and come up with big plays, but he also has a great basketball IQ, studies the game as much as anybody does.
No, he's a student of the game. He watches film, from what I hear, religiously all the time, trying to exploit the weaknesses of his opposition. He's fantastic with his court awareness. I love Kyle Lowry.
Do you watch a lot of film, Shaq?
I don't watch a lot of film, but I watch this guy. He's the second coming of Chris Paul.
Really?
He's developed into a leader and a coach on the floor.
Wow, that is very, very strong.
Yes. Best leader in basketball.
Kenny,
a friend
do you
of
watch
mine
a lot
always
of
says
films?
that.
I did watch a lot of film. You know,
These days, do you watch many films?
Yeah, I watch. I just saw a couple movies by Denzel Washington, a couple movies by. I watch a lot of film.
I only got one film I watch, Ernie.
What's that?
Your highlight reel.
I Am Kazam.
We'll see you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's the land of mission control, Houston, Texas, where the Rockets are ready to engage in an interconference showdown. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And David Aldridge will be on our sideline tonight reporting. You look at Toronto. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And for the Raptors, they've gotten off to a terrific start this year. We knew they were capable of playing terrific basketball, and so far, they have not disappointed.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin, one of the strengths of this Toronto Raptors team is its continuity. DeMar DeRozan said it goes a long way. Everybody knows everybody's game. It's just second nature now. Sometimes chemistry can beat talent, and I think we have that chemistry, given they have seen a lot and grown a lot together.
That shared experience and corporate knowledge, so important, D.A. Thank you. And of course, Doris, it's early, but for teams with a lot of new faces, how long should it reasonably take for everything to start to come together?
Well, I think obviously some of that is contingent on, one, do you have your health at the start? Are there any minutes restrictions on players who might have had some off-season surgeries? There are so many things that go into how quickly a team can come together. Have you added significant pieces that will affect and take time to incorporate them into the system?
Ready,
but
gentlemen?
Usually, Kevin,
Ready?
I would say by about Christmas is when teams start to get real about now we need to be all about chemistry and building momentum as we kind of march toward that all-star break.
And Doris, they always kind of look at games, coaches do, or sections of the schedule and groups of 20 or groups of 10 and say, you know, by the time we get to game 30, our guys have got to be at this level. I mean, do you notice that too when you talk to coaches?
That's a great point. I think the best way to do it is to break it into 20-game stretches, because you're basically saying we're at the quarter term, we're at the half term, and obviously the closer you get to April, boy, the intensity ramps up drastically.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Norman Powell, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward. The Rockets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Free throw good, Ariza. Second free throw, no good.
I think you'd have to say this about Coach Dwayne Casey. He is very consistent with his approach. The players know what he expects, and hard work is always at the top of that list.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
Right, they're making it easy for the opposition. You can't afford to cough the ball up like that.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Now, here's Lowry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Doris, as consistent as Casey is, flexibility is also an asset for a head coach, isn't it?
Well, I think it certainly can be, Kev. And you see Dwayne Casey starting to experiment a bit more, trusting the younger players, in-game adjustments. Obviously, trying different combinations is important, especially in the playoffs.
And the first one at the line is good.
I'll tell you, a little bit of an old school offensive approach for DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't focus on that three-point shot, guys. He wants to attack the paint and work himself to the free throw line. It's been effective.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with a long-range shot becoming such a staple, Doris, do you think DeRozan's game suffers for his aversion to threes?
I don't at all, Kevin, because he's perfected his style of play. He's the master of the mid-range. This guy draws a ton of fouls, and because you've got to send an extra defender, his teammates get space to operate.
And the rejection by Harden. Kicks it out to Ariza. Lets it go with a three. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. On defense, Houston, they defeated Indiana in their last game.
That was a different team in the fourth quarter than what we saw in the first three. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
Man, they had high hopes for a fast start. They get out of the gates 0 for 4.
Here's Harden on the wing. Guarded by Powell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
And what a terrific fan base for the Raptors. 3rd highest attendance in the league.
Well, visiting players will talk about how loud they get, Kev. And think about it, even on the road, a lot of the Raptors fans will make their presence felt.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Harden. Harden hits them both.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
The Raptors have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. On the wing, DeRozan. Now the dish to Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
Paul kicks to Harden. Here's Ariza, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always
a factor.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Screen by Ibaka. And Valanciunas kicks to DeRozan. Lowry against Harden. Shot clock at 5. Steps back and fires. They get the rebound. Here's Valanciunas. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, I think, Kevin, this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
Now, here's Ariza. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Shoots over Capella. That one a little long.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
And here is Paul. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
It's good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Raptors trail by 6. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Pass to Ibaka. Knocks it loose. Feeds it to Valanciunas. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Capella.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Paul. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Floats one, and Capella sends it back. They recover it. Valanciunas, and again, Toronto no up.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
DeRozan against Ariza. Dishes it to Anderson over Ibaka, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Anderson's got his second bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Well, I couldn't agree more, Greg. Situations like that you hope build character, but they need to knock down the free throws, bottom line.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Rockets.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Lowry against Paul. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Now the feed to Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan. Ibaka with the screen on Ariza. Here's DeRozan. Misses from short range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Harden. A 29-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Takes it from 10. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Harden's got 7.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Ibaka kicks to Powell. He feeds it to Lowry. Shot to stop the run. They get the rebound. And staying with the play, Valanciunas.
Well, we've gotten used to seeing this from Jonas Valanciunas. The slam on the putback. Nicely done, sir.
Paul against Lowry. Screened by Capella. That shot missing. Nice D from Valanciunas. some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Drills the three-pointer. Howell's got it back down to single digits for the Raptors.
Well, guys, really good court vision, allowing DeRozan to make that pass. You know, he sees the play developing way in advance.
Now here's Paul. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last three ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Lowry, good.
And he gets one to fall, and now one out of his first four.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And early on, Serge Ibaka known for his shot-blocking doors and rebounding.
And you have to admire, Kev, that the guy put in work to become a better offensive player. First he mastered the mid-range, then he stretched his range out to the three-point line. He's become a player you have got to guard as a perimeter scorer.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Nogueira, averaging 5 points per game, 9 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they ramped up their intensity, forced good things to happen, and now they're right back in it.
You've talked a bit about leadership, both on and off the floor. What are some of the traits, in your opinion, that make someone a person who'd want to follow and the characteristics of a leader?
You know, I'd say someone who prioritizes winning, even at the expense of their own success. That would be the first thing. And then someone who's ultra competitive. Somebody who's available on a night-by-night basis. Somebody who doesn't let a little nick or a bruise impact their availability on a particular night. So unselfishness, competitiveness, and availability are 3 attributes that I love.
And leaders can be followers from time to time, too, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. You have to be willing to be a part of a group, and sometimes that means ceding your leadership position.
2 on the clock. And there's the call on Nene. That's his first foul. And it's the Raptors' ball. They've picked up 11 straight. Right outside. They set the screen. Pass to Siakam. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Floats one up. Got a piece of it.
Twice on the pipes. Nene sends it back.
And stolen by Wright. And here's the break. Goes up and finished off by Wright.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Boy, when he's alone in the open court, he just attacks, right? I mean, turning on the jets and finishing easily at the rim.
Now here's Gordon. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Indiana. Screen by Baamute. Just 5 to shoot. Nene down low. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Rockets lead by 2. Kicks to Miles. Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Baamute. Siakam passes to Miles. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here is Baamute. It's deflected. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. Lets a floater go. That's tipped.
Well, statistically not the most imposing shot blocker, but he gets every bit of that one, did Tucker.
Brown against Wright. He hits Brown with the drive. Toronto grabs the miss.
He does the hard part, gets through the defense all the way to the rim. I thought the finish would be the easy part.
And taken away by Brown. Nene, the screen. Brown dishes to Nene. He took good advantage of that screen.
Well, hard screen right there by Nene. He's listed around 250, but he looks and feels bigger than that.
1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Now the pass to Anunoby. Shoots over Tucker. Unable to get that one. And Houston the other way now. Shoots from 12. Siakam pulls it in.
Well, he carves out the space he needs. Just the finish was not good.
Stolen by Tucker. .54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Poked away. And Abamute kicks to Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And you might remember, Doris, back when C.J. Miles was playing for the Pacers, they had him lining up at power forward. A tall task for him at 6'6".
Well, no doubt, Kev, but credit him for accepting the challenge. You pay a physical price for that. He's much more effective guarding wings. And unfortunately for him, that experiment was pretty short-lived.
Here's Brown. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. .30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it's Gordon penetrating. And Nene with the stuff.
Listen, this guy's got a center's reach, but he moves like a power forward, and he's fearsome at the rim. Nene, go ahead.
And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Right with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. He kicks it to Miles. Here's Nogueira. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
He doesn't let that possession go to waste, Kev. He's going to feed on those second chance opportunities. Boy, that's pretty work.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Rockets on top, leading by a point. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection. The other team having a tough time scoring.
So for Toronto right now, they've got Wright. Also, C.J. Miles out there. Nogueira out there with Anunoby. And it's Siakam in at the power forward. Here's Gordon. And Nene with the stuff.
Well, Nene is eating glass on the offensive end. You like to see that aggressiveness.
Raptors trail by 3. Passes to Anunoby. He dishes it to Miles. Pass to Anunoby. Pass to Siakam. From deep three-point range. Rockets with the rebound. Tucker's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me, we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge.
Now, this is Nene's craft, right? He works inside, has a knack for getting it up and down.
Now the pass to Anunoby. Here's Siakam, takes the 13-footer, and Baamute pulls it in. Now here's Brown. Gordon with a screen on Miles. Outside Gordon for 3. That falls. Great assist by Bobby Brown. And it's an 8-point Houston lead.
So many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Toronto calls timeout. With more floor spacing becoming so important, we now see guys launching from well beyond the arc. Doris, from what you've observed, and you've seen a lot of basketball over your years, which shooters in the league right now have the best deep range night to night in the league?
Well, we've seen Steph Curry make a shot from the tunnel in the Oracle Arena, so I'd say we have to begin with... Literally from the tunnel in his pregame routine. Steph Curry obviously is the guy who, as soon as he steps across half court, you've got to check him or he might let loose. Klay Thompson, his ability to rise and fire, he might be more of a fireball in a short span than any player in the league. Kyle Korver, Damian Lillard. Think Damian Lillard out in Portland, the extraordinary job he does scoring the basketball with great productivity from beyond the arc.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Al Harden, he has 7. Dishes it to Capella. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Powell kicks to Ibaka. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Now just a 3-point Houston lead.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Back to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. Ariza no luck.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Paul outside. Here's Harden. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Powell with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Powell kicks to Ibaka. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you, up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Paul passes to Harden. Anderson the screen. DeRozan against Ariza. Up off the screen, and Ariza with the stop.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
Here's Powell. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one. Reeves it dishes to Anderson. Over Ibaka. Anderson can't get it to go. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Raptors' ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Powell with the screen. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors. Here is Harden. He has 7. Anderson the screen. It's Harden with the drive. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. 5th best, the Rockets.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
The Raptors have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, for all the talk about the accurate shooters in the league, give it up to Kyle Lowry for his precise passing ability.
Toronto leading by 4. The dish now to Valanciunas. No one near him. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Paul kicks to Harden. And here's Anderson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Ariza. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, the Lithuanian 7-footer Jonas Valanciunas, very effective scoring at the rim. He can get you buckets on the low block. He's an excellent finisher in the pick and rolls. A lot to like about this guy.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Ibaka with the screen on Anderson. Lowry against Anderson. Ibaka, no luck. And Valanciunas, a tremendous offensive rebound.
And that's important, Kevin, because so much of their offense flows through that tremendously talented backcourt. If Valanciunas wants more touches, he's got to go and create them.
Here's Paul. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Harden outside. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
From 11 feet away, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Paul's shot is off.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Ariza against DeRozan. Ariza kicks to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off. Capella, the pass to Paul. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
The Rockets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
And it's tied up with that one. Of course, they say that one of the toughest things about calling a game is balancing pure basketball knowledge with entertainment. What's your approach with that topic?
Do you know that was the last piece of broadcasting that I think fell into place for me? For a long time, I felt like I was proving myself, Kevin, so I didn't relax and enjoy it. But my son one time said to me, when we were watching a game, he said, Mom, you have to understand when the announcers are having fun, we're having fun.
Chemistry is such a big part of it, isn't it?
Crucial.
The free throw drops for Powell. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Paul with the ball. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Capella inside. Valanciunas is there. Good on the bucket.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Valanciunas with a screen on Harden. To the paint. Here's Lowry. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter. Paul against Lowry. Anderson the screen. Feeds it to Ariza. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Harden. Averaging about 27 points per, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Move shots.
That one is off. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Anderson. Gordon's checked in for James Harden. And it's Brown in for Paul. And he's good on the second. Raptors with the lead. Now here's Wright. There's a screen. Now Miles passes it to Anunoby. From 13, here's Nogueira. Rockets with the rebound.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Gordon against Miles. Gordon kicks to Mbaamute. Right, the pass to Siakam. It's tipped. Brown dishes to Ariza. Screen by Bahamute. Now here's Ariza. He's guarded closely. But he stays with it.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Dishes it to Miles. Pass to Anunoby. The feed to Nogueira. From deep, Miles. Nene pulls it in. Nene's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Ariza. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Nogueira kicks to Siakam. Outside for Miles. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Shot clock at 6. Here's Anunoby. A putback. It's good on the putback. Nogueira's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Round the pass to Nene. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes in. Lucas Nogueira.
A terrific ball fake there. Nene showing his veteran know-how.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
Listen, we all know a healthy, motivated Nene is an elite player at both ends.
Houston making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. And he sinks the second. Toronto trailing.
And slow things up here with a chance to get the last shot of the quarter.
Exactly right. That's what you'd like to see. Hopefully they play the clock to perfection here.
Here's Wright. They set the screen. He feeds it to Miles. Miles with another miss. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Rockets ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Jonas Valanciunas, you have been in the zone so far. What has your approach been down low in the paint?
You know, I'm just playing my game. Kyle Lowry doing a great job passing the ball, so, you know, it's good to play like that.
Starts with inside-out play, right? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game can easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Without question, Trevor Ariza displaying his skills today.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Houston in the lead. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, Anderson is down low with Capella. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the 3.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
For Houston, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. And he makes the first. So he gets them both. Raptors trail by 4. Powell dishes to Ibaka. Back to Powell. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry against Paul. Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. And that one drops for him. Lowry's got 10.
Well, Kevin, you know this. A guy at Lowry's size has simply got to be able to make the floater. That's a big-time delivery.
And an all-star for the last 3 seasons, Kyle Lowry has taken his game to a new level.
Well, think back to last season, Kev. The guy has a career year in terms of offensive efficiency. He shot the ball from deep better than ever. Make no mistake, Kyle Lowry is a star player in this league.
And DeRozan kicks to Powell. Outside Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Fader on the way. Anderson with the block. Here's Valanciunas. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Well, Kevin, the 5th overall pick back in 2011, Valanciunas has worked so hard to improve his entire game. I'd say it's paid off, Kevin. He can impact a game in a lot of different ways.
Paul against Lowry. And here's Harden for 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. DeRozan on the wing. Ariza covering. He got right to the cup using that screen. Now it's a 3-point Raptor lead.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
That one goes. Count it.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Now here's Powell, guarded by Harden. Right side Lowry. DeRozan passes to Lowry. Teardrop shot, and Capella sends it back. And it goes down 2 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Rockets have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. free throw good from Harden. In Toronto, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Screen by Valanciunas. Here's Lowry. It's not going to go for him. And the Rockets take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. For Houston, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And he makes both free throws. And here's DeRozan. 6 points for him. Ibaka with the screen on Anderson. DeRozan's shot is off.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of a shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Well, Ryan Anderson, a terrific deep threat in stretch 4.
And I remember last season when he told reporters that a heckler yelled out at him, "Hey, Ryan, you look like a math teacher." And you know, we've heard a lot of these off-the-wall heckles before. But the irony is it's oftentimes the strange ones that tend to stick with you more. And that's an example of it right there.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Anderson.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
Lowry dishes to Powell. Ibaka with the screen on Harden. Powell with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Lowry against Paul. 4 on the clock. Will it go? And it comes off the front of the rim. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Anderson. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Anderson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
And he makes that one. Rockets leading by 4. Ariza outside. Misses the 3. Toronto, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Here's Powell, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And an interesting look here at the top assisting point guards this season. Setting up teammates, being a playmaker. One of the hallmarks of being a premier point guard in the NBA. Chris Paul, 4th.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position, and that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
You know, you're right. Looking at some of the best teammates in the NBA right there. Each of those players such a joy to play with, because when they're at the helm of an offense, the ball's always moving, everyone's involved, the game just flows.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now here's Powell, guarded by Harden. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Paul. 3rd in assists. And how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery.
Well, it won't show up in the stat sheet, but Valanciunas uses that frame to set up a particular screen that allows the space needed for his teammate.
Paul kicks to Harden. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And that's now 18 points for James Harden. Raptors have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Lowry against Paul, and it's Lowry penetrating, and yes, it's good. Lowry's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
Screen by Capella. Harden outside. Paul is screwed on Valanciunas. 4 on the shot clock. From 18 feet away. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist from Harden.
Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to.
On the wing, DeRozan. Kicks it to Valanciunas. DeRozan against Ariza. Good work defensively by Capella. Harden the pass to Anderson. He kicks to Paul. And the layup is good. And it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Lowry. No good off the back of the rim. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lowry against Paul. To the left wing. Capella kicks to Ariza. From 13, and it's Houston with another.
And that's why teams work so hard to get the ball inside, to create those high percentage looks and keep the buckets flowing.
And the Raptors call time here. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Golden State. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Houston sitting directly below them, just 1 spot down.
And seeing where the Rockets are, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And their job now is a simple one. Keep doing exactly what they've been doing and get themselves in the best position possible for the postseason.
And the basket by Gordon.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to Miles. There's the pick. The pass to Wright. Nogueira gets a screen for Wright. Down low. Nogueira dishes to Wright. The 10-footer finds the target. Wright's got his second basket.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away.
Nene, the screen. On kicks to Nene. He dishes it to Gordon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Harden.
And you look at the chart and you see they have done a lot of their damage in the mid-range game. So often teams will try to force everything at the hoop or only rely on the 3 to score. But they have seen what the defense is giving them and taken every open look they found.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And Gordon drops them both. Raptors trail by 6. Wright with it. Now here's Miles. And he uses the glass on the layup. Anunoby's got his first bucket in this one.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Nene with the screen on Wright. Brown the pass to Nene. Can't cash in from close range.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Back to Miles. Clock at 6. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense there by Nene. Brown against Miles. Tucker dishes to Brown. Back to Tucker. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Wright. Siakam kicks to Wright. The dish to Nogueira. Feeds to Miles. It's Nogueira top of the key. Out left to the wing. Here's Siakam. And it's Nene with the rebound. Houston leading by 4. Gordon kicks to Brown. And Bahamute the pass to Tucker. Dishes it to Gordon. It's Brown on the wing. To the wing right side. Lets it go with the 3. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist from Tucker. And that's now 10 points for Eric Gordon.
Boy, he didn't get much separation, nor did he need it. He buries the 3.
Here's Nogueira. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Brown against Wright. Out to the right wing. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Tucker, and Wright kicks to Nogueira. And here's Miles outside. And Bahamute pulls it in. And Bahamute has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And they continue to control the glass.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
The first one falls. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Raptors trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Wright. In the corner, Miles with it. Sinks that one from the post. Miles has got his second bucket of the night.
That's dogged determination by Miles, right? Gets deep inside, works his magic. Go to town, C.J. Miles.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Another miss by Houston. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Tucker. It's Miles on the wing. Here's the teardrop. Here's Nogueira. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Houston. First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder, they're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort. Feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these guys to ramp it up from an intensity standpoint.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Anunoby. C.J. Miles is out there with Wright. Then it's Nogueira. And it's Siakam in at the 4. And Wright kicks to Miles. Passes it to Nogueira. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nogueira's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Toronto. Right against Brown. Nene outside. The screen from Brown. Gordon dishes to Mba Amute. No good on the triple.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Well, what about the pre-shot preparation by C.J. Miles, right? The stroke is as pure as it gets.
Brown the pass to Tucker. That's tipped. Here's Miles. The offensive rebound. To take the lead. Here's Nogueira. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. And the Raptors lead by 1. Now a timeout called by Houston.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He told them that for now, they have to back off of the three-point line. He said, we don't have to just shoot threes. Let's get the ball in tight for some high-percentage looks inside the paint. Back to you guys.
Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And, guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
And Valanciunas kicks to Miles. Pass to DeRozan. Now Ariza. The feed to Paul. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And one of the surprise moves of this past offseason was Chris Paul moving to Houston, joining James Harden to become one of the strongest backcourts in our league. Kicked off a feeling that Houston would be a force this season.
Powell, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Free throw good, Paul. And you know, Greg, many thought that Chris Paul may take a look at San Antonio, and he did, but Houston was too enticing a chance to pass up.
Yeah, it's certainly a distinctive third chapter in Paul's career. He's always been criticized for not going deep in the playoffs, and saw Houston as maybe his best bet to make a deep run.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
He feeds it to Anderson. Back to Paul. In the corner, Harden, just 5 on the clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
They're doing a very good job at the line this half.
First one falls for him. Harden hits them both. Raptors trail by 6. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Valanciunas against Capella. Now here is Lowry. Defense is right there. Valanciunas. And again, unable to change momentum here. It's Harden with the drive. Anderson dishes to Capella. Ball against Lowry. The shot missing. And for the Raptors, they're shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammates.
Lowry against Paul. Kicks it to Harden. Anderson the screen. Ariza passes to Capella. 5 to shoot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And he makes the first. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Really getting after the defense since the break. He's so hard to keep off the line when he pushes the action.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Powell, guarded by Harden. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. Over Paul. Toronto with the fresh shot clock.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
Harden gets to Ariza. Back to Harden. Screen by Capella. Harden dishes to Capella. Kicks it out to Harden. Shoots over Powell. Harden missing again. Raptors trail by 6. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Paul kicks to Capella. Back to Paul. Capella with a screen on Lowry. Here's Paul. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Boy, I mean, the career Paul has had just in terms of being a great point guard. There really are no words left to describe.
Nogueira, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Free throw good, Paul. And so Paul nails both of them. Here is Lowry. Powell with the screen, down low. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Lets it go from the wing, and that one comes up a bit short.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot. He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
DeRozan against Ariza. Lowry passes to DeRozan. He kicks to Nogueira. Back to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. Over Anderson. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. Rockets leading by 6. Here's Ariza. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Well, the low post play of DeMar DeRozan is starting to demand some attention. This guy is so well-rounded offensively.
Paul with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Anderson the screen. Harden can't hit.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
Powell kicks to Lowry. The 3. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Back to Ariza. Paul kicks to Harden. Tipped away. It's Ariza on the wing. Ariza with another miss. Raptors trail by 6. And here is Powell. And it's DeRozan at the elbow. The outside leaner doesn't get it to drop for him.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Paul passes to Ariza. Anderson with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. Here's Paul. Toronto grabs the miss. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
They get it back. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. First one falls for him. And Nogueira drops them both. Paul with the ball. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Oh, since the break, his efficiency has gone up a notch, looking really polished now.
Ibaka outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's Harden with the drive, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Toronto. First free throw is good. Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. And both free throws good for James Harden. Raptors trail by 8. Outside Lowry. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. And it's Ibaka again missing.
Well, they know not to leave him open from mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
Harden kicks to Paul. Back to Harden. Out to the wing. Three-pointer. Was shot by Paul. No good. Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Powell with the screen. Lowry kicks to Powell. Pass to DeRozan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got 4 this quarter.
I think he could have opted to kick it out with the defender draped all over him, but DeMar DeRozan says, "Let me shake you off, sir. I gotta score the bucket."
Back to Anderson. And the rejection by Ibaka. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. DeRozan leading the charge. Good work there as it goes. And now it's just a 4-point Rocket lead.
I'll tell you, he gets into terrific post position. The entry feed is right where it needs to be.
Anderson the screen. Paul dishes to Capella. No good there. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Oh, my goodness. You could tell DeMar DeRozan demanded the basketball. He wanted the chance to be the deciding factor.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. And here's Henderson from the arc. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 6th rebound on the night. Lowry passes to Powell. Lowry kicks to Powell. There's a good screen. Over Ariza. And Capella sends it back. Powell for 3. Rebounded by Capella. Houston in the lead. Now here's Ariza. The pass to Paul. And it's Lowry with the rebound. After shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. The wide open look here for DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Harden dishes to Paul. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
A wide open look here for Ibaka. Knocks down the trifecta.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 1. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Jonas Valanciunas.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Now here's Harden, guarded by Powell. 9 feet out. Yes!
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
You'd think they want to do everything they can to get it to their hot hand.
Ibaka, no good from three-point territory. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Hey, James, congrats on the win. Did it feel like the chemistry really got the ball going and got you into a rhythm?
Yeah, just stuck with it. You know, teammates kept encouraging me. I think we kept moving the ball and getting easy shots. They did a great job of looking for me.
You're an easy man to find with the beard, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.